Good evening, everyone. Tonight's first assignment contains some graphic video and may not be suitable for young or sensitive viewers. It takes an in-depth look at a common surgical procedure that most people don't even want to talk about. In fact, not one hospital in all of central or southern Maine would provide me with an on-camera spokesperson, and only one of several doctors who performed this procedure who were approached about this story agreed to face my questions on camera. However, it's a story that must be told so that parents can make informed decisions about whether they want their babies to undergo this painful procedure, which is most often done because parents simply want their sons to look just like Daddy. The procedure is male circumcision, and the heartbreaking screams of tethered infants who've been silenced for more than 100 years are now being heard.
The number one issue is that healthy, normal, functioning tissue is being routinely removed from unconsenting children. The point is that it's altering this boy for life, and for no medical reason at all.
Suzanne Cook of Monmouth is the founder of the Maine chapter of NoCirc, a national anti-circumcision group committed to raising public awareness about the truth behind an unnecessary surgery that happens 1 million times a year in this country. And the truth is, there is no medical evidence that exists today to support widespread routine male circumcision. Even those who perform this controversial surgery agree, including Lewiston's Dr. Susan Thomas, who has circumcised approximately 120 local infants.
And I do talk to parents about the fact that it's not medically necessary, and if they choose to go ahead with it, that I don't want to put them in the position of having to seek another provider.
Most parents have no idea what really happens during a circumcision. It is not a simple snip or a tuck. The infant's arms and legs are strapped to a board like this, and his genitals are scrubbed and prepared for surgery. The foreskin, which is attached at birth, is torn from the head of the penis to allow for the insertion of this instrument, which is used to help guide the surgeon's scalpel for the removal of approximately 1/3 of the skin of the penile shaft. From start to finish, the surgery usually lasts about 10 minutes, and generally the child is not anesthetized. General anesthesia is considered too risky, and topical creams have been found to be relatively ineffective.
They are in total agony. They're screaming, they're coughing, they're choking.
It's been reported that some babies seem to sleep during and shortly after the surgery. Current research seems to suggest they're not resting peacefully while part of their penis is being removed.
Actually, they go into a semi-coma or a traumatic shock from the experience.
I traveled to Boston to talk with Dr. Ronald Goldman, the author of a new book opposing circumcision.
The latest studies all confirm that the newborn infant is extremely sensitive to the environment. If we lay the infant on a plastic board, strap him down, and cut off a piece of his genitals, he's feeling that at least as much as you or I would feel that if we were put in the same position.
It's definitely a human rights violation, absolutely.
Hey, hey, what do you say? We don't do our boys that way.
Protests are not uncommon on the West Coast, where many agree that the child's human rights are being violated.
Men, human males, are the only mammal where this is supposedly necessary immediately after they're born.
In 1992, a group of New Mexico nurses refused to participate in circumcisions on the grounds of being conscientious objectors. C. Everett Koop, the former U.S. Surgeon General, is opposed to the practice, and even Dr. Spock, the baby doctor guru of all time, strongly recommends leaving the foreskin alone. Circumcision was introduced to America during the 1860s as a way to prevent masturbation and a variety of other conditions, including blindness. One of the leading proponents of circumcision therapy was John Harvey Kellogg, who also promoted the benefits of his own invention, the cornflake. Ironically, the latest study published this month in the Journal of the American Medical Association shows increased rates of masturbation among circumcised men compared to non-circumcised men. And current studies supported by the American Academy of Pediatrics, the American Cancer Society, and the College of Obstetricians, among others, shatter once held beliefs. New research claims that circumcision doesn't prevent sexually transmitted diseases, penile cancer, or even cervical cancer among women. Yet, as this graphic video of a circumcision shows, it continues to happen once every 26 seconds here in the United States. Ironically, female circumcision, which is widely practiced in other countries, is scorned here in this country.
What I regret is that I didn't have all the information when I made the decision.
Not only is this Yarmouth woman the mother of 3 circumcised sons, she's also a doctor who used to perform the procedure, but not anymore.
Because it's not consistent with the way I believe that newborn babies should be taken care of.
69% of Maine-born boys are cut. That's higher than the national average of 60%.
Wanted to make sure we
Shelley
understood
Webster of
that
Poland
there
had
wasn't
her
a
son
medical reason
circumcised
to have it done.
because she, like millions of other parents, wanted him to look just like Daddy.
And, after watching the video, talking with the nurses at St. Mary's Hospital and the doctor, we decided to go ahead with the procedure.
It is such an emotional topic, and people have so many very emotional reasons for either doing it or not doing it, that I find that I'm not particularly successful in bringing logic to bear on this issue.
Would you acknowledge that there is physical harm to the child, that the child is feeling some kind of pain during the procedure?
Oh, no question. Nobody questions that.
If you know the baby feels pain and you know there's no really strong evidence to suggest that it's medically necessary, what about your personal code of ethics, your professional code of ethics that says first do no harm?
Sorry that I don't have
It's a very tough question, and I respect that you're trying to find the right words, but that's what this...
Parents have the choice to whether or not they want this to be done, and we'd like it to be done in a proper way so that it's safe for the baby.
I don't know that they took an oath to serve as agents for a social custom, and yet that's exactly what they're doing when they perform medically unnecessary operations on unconsenting children.
I would like to see them put their scalpels down.
We haven't found the courage yet to admit that we've made a very serious mistake.
Those who support the procedure would like to see more studies done. Those who oppose circumcision say what really needs to be studied is the motivation behind those who do it. On assignment, we'll be right back.